Hey leaders, I don't know how to start a video without sounding cheesy, but you might recognize me from other videos that we have done. But today we want to talk about how to handle a crying student. After sometimes, Mark, Matt, and I, and even Jacob are known for giving really powerful messages that will just bring a student to tears. And sometimes it's hard to know what to do with that. And so we've got 4 R's today that will help you handle the crying student. The first one is to recognize that there's a student crying. Just to simply make that observation and make sure you're aware of the crying student. Because sometimes, students don't cry like little babies. They'll just look upset, watery eyes, and it's simply just being able to be in the mindset all the time of trying to be aware, to be able to recognize when that happens and when they're crying. So just notice it, recognize it.
And I think secondly you need to respond, and that is showing them that you recognized it. And that's important too, because they will immediately feel like they're not alone. Even if you simply say, hey, I can tell you're hurting right now. Is there anything I can do? And just in some way respond, offer your encouragement in any way. If they need to talk, if they want to tell you what's going on, if they don't want to, you're still here for them. Offering that, and so they know that they're not alone in their hurt and their pain, and at least they can, you put it in their court, the ball in their court, so then they have an option to send it back and ask for your help.
And the third R is probably my favorite R so far. We've recognized that they're crying, and we've responded to it. And this third R is pray. You might be asking yourself, I don't think pray begins with an R, but R is the most strongest letter in that word. So you want to pray with them. After you've seen them, a text message, after you've seen them and you've responded to it and you've given them a chance to tell you what's happening, but honestly the best thing always to do is just to pray and pray for them and pray for the situation, whatever it is that's happening, and just ask God to kind of be with them in the moment. And to be honest with you, that's like the most helpful thing always that you can do in that situation when you have a crying student.
And the final R is to relay the information to who needs to know. Generally, as our volunteer leader, that would be us, telling us about it, and so that we can do with that information what needs to be done. If it's tell a parent, if it's refer them to counseling, if it's just to meet with them. And at times, it's one of those things where they simply need a friend. And those times, you should recognize who their friends are and ask them to come alongside them in that time of need. So we have the 4 R's: recognize, respond,
Pray.
Yep. And relay. And so, using the 4 R's will help you to better take action when you see a student who's hurting, who's in pain, who's in tears, and to really just know what to do when they need a friend or they need you as a leader to fill that gap for them. And as youth pastors, we have a passion for hurting people, for people who hurt, and we want you to have that passion too.
And a 5th R, rewatch this video, because it'll change your life. Thank you.
Retweet.